What is up, man? This is Edgar OtraVez, bringing you another episode of the Flow Road Podcast. On today's show, we have Enrique Guzman, a writer, director, actor, stuntman, just a jack of all trades. We're going to be talking about his movie and just kind of like his inspiration and the making of his short film, Risper. I'll have links in the description so that you can find that movie on YouTube. As always, you can head on over to theflowroadpodcast.com. There you can find all our content and links to our store so that you can get that fancy mug or throw pillow that you always wanted. Because let's face it, you've always wanted a Flow Road Podcast throw pillow. Also, we're on Instagram as The Flow Roll. As you know, this podcast is about movies and, just popular culture in general. So I really, really enjoyed talking to Enrique about his process, about making the movie, the things that happened during the movie. It was just really, really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did because it was fun. As many of my listeners may know, the internet is not the most reliable where I'm at. So sometimes I lose the connection. Sometimes my kids turn on the microwave and it screws with the Wi-Fi in the house. So just be aware that whenever I throw one of these in, that means the internet went on the fritz. And that kind of happened quite a bit because the kids were making all kinds of stuff in the microwave today. With that said, on with the show. Okay, so welcome to another episode of the Flow Road Podcast. I am Edgar OtraVez with my host or co-host, not my cousin Dan. And today we have a special guest, writer, director, actor, stuntman, Enrique Guzman. Enrique, how you doing, bud?
I'm excellent, Dan. Thank you for inviting me to the Flow Roll. I appreciate this, man. It's been a while since we've spoken to each other, since we've seen each other.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other on the jiu-jitsu mats, man. I think it was at Vienna Brothers.
Maybe a funeral too.
Oh no, you're right. The funeral.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Funeral.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, you're right.
Hopefully not somebody who died on the jiu-jitsu mat.
No,
our head instructor.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Great Pedro Viana, man. Great human.
Yeah.
He had an unfortunate accident, and everybody, the whole jiu-jitsu community, especially in Chicago, they were there to support. But it was heartbreaking.
It was crazy. It was like the who's who of jiu-jitsu in Chicago. Yeah. Like Carlson Gracie Jr. was there. Just a lot of
from, I don't know, Rio de Janeiro. They came from Brazil. They came from New York.
Wow.
It was amazing to see. It was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Yeah. The dude he's just like one of those guys who just lived life like hardcore, right? So
yeah,
he unfortunately passed away like rock climbing, but it's savage. Fucking just a savage, bro. Like no stopping that guy.
Chicago cop too. He was running and gunning. He was a tough dude.
Tough dude. Yeah. But so anyway, so tell me about how you started the whole thing with show business and acting. Like, did you start with stunts? Is that where you started? How did this?
I started as an advisor for the Chicago shows. I was a cop for 12 years. And they just, the Chicago PD shows, Chicago Fire. They always had, obviously they have cops trying to do their thing, and they just needed people to kind of oversee some things and help out some of these extras that were acting as cops to kind of keep them real. And that's, I had a friend of mine that called me up and said, hey, would you mind on your time off coming over here? The writers, the whole environment, I instantly fell in love with it, and just moved on from there. Just started taking classes on my own. The stunt side started with just, running and falling. The whole jiu-jitsu that we just speaking about, that helped because I could take a fall, I could take a choke from one of these actors. Just went on from there. Snowballing from there.
So that must have been really cool, man. So you show up and you're like, hey, man, that's not how you hold a gun, bro. Don't do that.
Freeze, don't move, come over. No. Right.
Yeah.
Actually, so yeah, tell me something.
It was weird, but it's something these people didn't know, and I made it fun, and they kept calling me back to keep helping them, and that's how it went.
So as a former police officer, and now a former police officer, and I was reading your bio. Hopefully I'm reading the right bio, but you were also in the Marines, right?
Correct. Yes.
Oh yes, that's right.
So as a former police officer, former Marine, now you're working in show business. When you watch cop shows on TV or cop movies or military movies, like how much of it are you sitting there going, what the shit is this?
All the time. And there's a Facebook community, right? It's a Facebook group based on this, former military police officers. Hey, what show did you watch? Did you see that last night? What were they thinking? What uniform are they doing? It's what it is. Some productions they take great pride in bringing real people to kind of bring others. They just don't care. They'll Google, hey, how do they say this? What's the uniform? And they just move on with it. So it just depends. But I cringe all the time. I cringe.
I always end up cringing because I was never in the military and I was never a police officer, but I used to do competitive shooting, so I've had several kinds of training, no combat training or anything like that. But you watch these TV shows in these movies, and like, that they're working with, they're either working with like dummy guns or if they're real guns, the barrel's probably plugged and they're, set up to fire blanks. But you watch it and it's like people are walking around with their finger on the trigger. They're just like dangling the gun, holding it, or like, what's always driven me crazy is, and again, speaking from ignorance, you always see like in the shootouts, like the gangbangers are always like holding their hand out sideways and shooting sideways.
Yeah.
Does that act? Are they that?
Unfortunately, these gangbangers actually do shoot like that. And it's because from movies. It's because from movies.
That's what because I'm willing to bet there was a point in time where they knew what they were doing and they didn't shoot like that, and then they started seeing movies.
That's why so many bystanders get shot because these guys are shooting sideways, and it's great for police officers, right? They don't get shot. It's bad because unfortunately bystanders get shot because these guys are shooting.
They're shooting while they're running. They're shooting holding a gun. It's just like that. They might as well just be throwing,
rocks.
Oh yeah,
rocks.
I mean, you may as well, or just throw the bullets. Throw the gun. You do a better job with it.
Yeah, the target's the safest thing on the street when it comes to those dummies.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah. You see a gun in the street with a gangbanger, be like, hey, shoot me.
Right. Aim at me.
100% they won't hit you.
My goodness.
Yeah. But anyway.
I feel like this is bad advice.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Listeners, please don't tell a gangbanger to shoot.
Please don't go seeking out gangbangers and asking them to aim at you. That's unwise.
That is our disclaimer right there, please. So anyway, so then you start with the advising, and then they pull you in and be like, hey, do you want to do a stunt or do you want a speaking role? Like, which one came first?
The acting side. So, I fell in love with it and I was like, wow, I need to do this. So I took some classes. I joined an agency, which I'm still with her for 6 years now. Michelle Hayes at Hayes Talent. She's great. And then I started auditioning for the Chicago shows. And the weirdest part, right? I've been a cop for 12 years. I've gotten to auditions to be a cop, but I never get it for some reason, right? So I'm like, I know what I'm doing, but it's like, no, it's not what you look like a bad guy. So, mobster roles, which is great because I love playing a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But But it was just so funny that, I know the cop role, but I can never get one. Not one. I've never gotten one whatsoever. So I do that, and I fall in love with acting, and then I see, doing filming, I get, especially in these fighting roles that I get, oh, you're an actor. We don't want you to get hurt. We got a guy that looks just like he's gonna fight. And I'm like, but I could do that for real. What, you got guys that do this? And that's how I got introduced to stunts. I was like, okay, who are these guys? And that's how I started, moving my way in there.
Man.
Oh, that's cool.
So you're like Chicago's very own Arlie Ermy.
Oh,
basically.
That would be awesome.
Because that's how he got into it.
Yes,
he was
absolutely.
like a advisor, a set advisor.
Mm-hmm. And they found out real quick, hey, we need this guy to play that role. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I love that movie.
It's just so crazy that they look at you and they're like, yeah, man, I don't believe that you're a cop.
Right. Oh, they told me straight. One time I had to pull out my badge. Wow, you're real. But you got tattoos and you just look me. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah.
Well, it's funny because you're like the nicest guy, bro.
Right.
You're like, I mean, it's always like fun hanging out with you. Like you're always joking and stuff. And it's just like, I can't believe that they wouldn't believe that you could be a good guy. Like it's just like,
horrible.
It is a little silly how that, I mean, not to diss the industry, but it is a little silly how they kind of like perceive you a certain way, and you're totally not that. But I mean, that's what acting's all about, right? I mean,
absolutely. I learned to enjoy that. I really did learn to enjoy that.
So now,
like straight up playing yourself probably wouldn't be that fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Having a character that you can get into.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like Edgar was saying, I'm usually real mellow. I like to laugh and make fun, but no, I haven't gotten a chance to play that yet.
Although I do get the sense that if you got on the wrong side, somebody got on the wrong side of you.
Oh, absolutely.
It wouldn't
especially
be so
having
friendly.
kids. Edgar knows, having kids too. Something happens, is a wrap. Go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh man, it was funny because before I had kids, I was just like, I would see a kid doing something messed up, and I'd be like, hey, don't do that, and then they'll do it anyway, but like, it's okay. But now, like when my kid was on the playground, and I saw some kids, they were on the playground, they were on the slide, they were going down the slide, but then they jumped on top of the play set and jumping down onto the slide. My daughter was underneath them. I was like, hey, you get the hell.
I'll start tripping these. I'll trip these kids. I don't care.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now it's completely different. I'm just like, oh, my babies. Stay away from my babies. I get
I guess I'm a little different. I've always been like a little more harsh with my boy than I don't know where that comes from, but like, I don't know. Like I have a lot less patience for him than for other kids.
Oh man.
But I think that's not really the right way. It's like when I see him doing something stupid, I'm a lot more ready to step up and tell him he's doing something stupid.
Okay.
Than I am to confront other kids,
All right. It's your kid. You got to.
So it says here that you actually did play an officer though. You played Officer Cruz in a movie called Rock City Police.
Oh, but then I played a crooked cop.
So it's still a bad guy.
I played a crooked cop. I was a crooked narcotics officer. Yup. I was buying blow, selling blow, doing blow. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I got excited when I got to read the script. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play up. Okay, let's roll with it. That's funny.
I mean, how many times? Also, like, you got like an awesome like library of characters you played. You played you played a cop. You played a crime boss. You played Thug Number 2 in Chicago Fire. It's just like you played a bodyguard. Yeah, bodyguard. You played a coyote.
Coyote, yeah, played a coyote, yeah.
I was just like, this guy played a coyote. Holy shit! Like, so it must have been so fun to like play all these different characters, man.
It always is. It always is. It's always, it's a different, you get to play something different, act a completely different, and then go home and be yourself. It's great. It's like to me, it's like being in school because I'm always learning. I'm always trying to learn what the camera guy's doing and why they're over here, why are they over there, what a director wants a shot like this. I try to learn every time I'm on set, no matter what. I'm trying to learn.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually I think that's the spirit you should have, right? When it comes to something like this, is just continuously trying to learn. I mean, that's kind of like what we go through with the podcast. But
Absolutely.
so another question I have for you. You've done some big movies, right? Or some feature-length movies.
Mhm.
What was the experience like on those sets and stuff like that? Was it a lot of people, different, depends on the people?
So I've done small productions, right?
Uh-huh.
Where there's a ton of people, right? And then I did like Death Wish, where I beat up Bruce Willis. I go there, I'm thinking, holy hell, it's gonna be a bazillion people. No, there was 10 people around, if that. I'm like, this is at least an $18 million movie. All right, let's roll with it.
Yeah.
And it was just relaxing, no pressure. Oh, it was great. So it just depends on the production, on how many on people, they needing somebody to do something at every second. Or people have just been working with each other so many years, they know what they're doing. They only need those people on set.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, they want you to be nice and calm and relaxed when it's time to beat up Bruce Willis.
When it's time to beat up Bruce Willis. Absolutely.
They want you to go into that just nice and chill.
Absolutely. And that was one, that movie was great because, it had some fighting in it. And again, I had a stunt double for that, right? So I'm like, oh man, but I can do this. I want to fight Bruce Willis. I don't want to fight Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Luckily, the director, Eli Roth, which is awesome, after we do the shots, he's like, cut, all right, bring the stunt double. And then here I go to moving away, and I'm all pouting in the corner because I want to punch Bruce Willis. The guy's doing his thing, and then Eli Roth talks to me. He said, do you know how to punch? I was like, well, of course I know how to punch. This is my rap, right? Because I can't really go out there and be like, man, I could do this guy's job because I'm taking somebody else's job.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I got to respect that, right? But the guy's already there. He's already getting paid. So that's cool. So as soon as Eli Roth said, asked me, I could do that. So why don't you try it? Let me see how that looks. And that's, I started going hamon on him. And it worked out. I got to punch Bruce Willis. Even though I was very careful. And he had his stunt double too. So I got to punch him for real. And even Bruce Willis, I guess his stunt double and him been working with each other for 20 years. Pulled me to the side. He's like, hey, Enrique, I'll give you $5,000 cash if you actually break my stunt double's ribs.
What?
I'm looking at Bruce Willis like, don't you play with me. I will crack this dude in the ribs. He's like, I'm just kidding. No, he was great to work with.
We're talking about the movie Death Wish, came out in 2018, right? Mm-hmm. That's what, yeah. That's awesome.
That must have been crazy. So, like, you knew he was playing around, right? Like when he told you that.
I didn't have too much, man, because right, people in the industry. I knew I was going to work with him, so I'm asking around, and some people I heard he's a dick. He doesn't like to talk to people. So now I'm going on set like, man, I can't. How you doing, Mr. Willis? Pleasure working with you. And then we're off to our sites, reading our script and rehearsing. And then we do a couple scenes, and I'm giving him his space, and then he comes and talks to me, super cool, laughing. I'm like, maybe he had a bad day with that other. I don't know, man. He was great. He was great with me. He was, and I come on, Die Hard, John McClane. Oh,
yeah, yes.
I lost my mind working with him. I really did.
Oh, that must have been awesome.
It was great. It was great.
So now, you know how to fight for real. Like we kind of established that. How do you learn the stunt fighting aspect of it? How do you learn to throw a punch without throwing a punch? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I see it as almost as sparring, right? Well, Edgar knows, right? When we in jiu-jitsu, right? We spar just enough not to hurt the person, right?
Yeah.
And you got to be able to trust your partner, right? Mm. But here in Chicago, the stunt community, they train with each other weekly. So we know what we could do. We know, how far we can get. What punches we can eat and where we can eat them, and how far we could take it. So it's not like acting that we, usually we meet the actors that we're gonna be playing with on set the day of. When it comes to stunts, we rehearse, we look at the script. This is what we're gonna do, and we have at least a week to train and work with it and work out the kinks. And the day of, we're ready to go. Plus, we're wearing pads. Wearing all kind of pads all over our bodies. So it really or falling, even getting hit by a car is not that bad. I don't like jumping off of buildings yet. I'm not a fan of that, but I'll take a hit with a car every now and then.
I feel like that's reasonable. I don't like jumping off of buildings. Is pretty reasonable.
I think
This doesn't seem right to me.
I don't know. Call me wimpy. I think getting hit by a car is just not for me either.
I thought about that, right? But it's about 5 miles an hour. They just speed it up in film. They just speed it up. So it looks like you're. Yeah, I had to ask that question. I was like, how fast is this guy going? I don't know about my reflex, but like, no, they had to break it down to me. No, we're going about 5 miles an hour, and then you just fall. I was like, I could do that all day.
See, there's a difference. There's a difference between getting hit by a car and jumping off a building. Getting hit by a car, that can happen. Jumping off a building, somebody built that building so that you could stand on it to keep you from falling. Somebody put it specifically so that you wouldn't fall, and now you're supposed to fall. It's not right.
Yeah,
no, it isn't.
So it isn't. I have to ask. When they get you the stunt double, and they're like, "Okay, this is good. This is the Enrique number 2. He's gonna take your place now." When you look at him, you're like, "Damn, that motherfucker looks like me," or do you are like, "Wait a minute, do these people think I look like that?"
It's happened before. Yo, they hired a white guy, and then they put a cat, right? They put a.
Oh man,
I was like, what in the world is going on? But it is what it is, man. The magic of film work, right? They'll change it in post. I haven't, but yeah, there's been some times I'm like, my goodness. Or I see some women playing men playing women.
Get out of here.
It's like, really? Y'all couldn't find like a man to play this, or this woman to play, whatever. It is what it is, man. They make it work. They make it work.
They make it work. They make it work for sure. But I mean, there must have been a couple of times when you got on set, it's just like, damn, this guy looks better than me. Like
it's been one time. Oh, this guy's for real. Okay.
This is like, he's gonna make me look fly. Yeah.
Yo, absolutely. I was like, okay. I don't look buff. I don't look real buff on TV. All right, I'll take it.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about this movie, man. So first of all, it's called Risper, right?
Risper. Yes.
And it's on YouTube right now.
Correct.
Like, this is not the first movie you've written. This is the second.
This is the first movie that I've written completely from start to finish.
Okay.
And I put it into production. I directed it, and I've helped co-write other short films. But this is the first one that I wrote 100% from start to finish, and I was able to produce it and write it and direct it.
Mm. So I'm going to get real nerdy on this because I went to film school and I think I know stuff. So start from the very top. Like, where did you come up with this idea? How long have you been having this idea in your pocket?
Ooh. So now the movie's out, so I could talk about it in direction, right? People, the first thing people ask me is Risper. Where do you get Risper from? Or where, first I thought about, I wanted to make this movie, and I wanted to have a different name. I didn't want to call it Silence or No Hables, Cállate, güey, right? I wanted something to catch people right away. And I knew I wanted to do this, or at least I saw this as a film when I was like 18, 19 in the Marine Corps, because I met a soldier, a friend of mine, that he used to take these pills. And after like 3 months of knowing him, I was like, yo, what are you taking? He's like, oh, these are my Risper pills. I'm like, what are they for? He's like, it's Risperdal. It controls, some of the crazy I have in my head. I hear whispers. If I don't take these pills, I start hearing whispers in my ears to make me do stuff. And I was like, yo, Juan, you're crazy, dog. You're crazy. He's like, yeah, man, it runs in the family. My sister has it. My mom has it.
Holy shit.
And I was like, man, that would be back then when I wasn't even thinking about film, I was like, man, this would be a cool movie.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to now, writing different things, and I'm thinking of directing. I'm like, what can I direct? I was like, I think I could do this. So I kind of wrote this with him in mind, and I called it Risper, short for the Risperdal medication he takes.
That's crazy, bro. So it's hereditary, so everybody can have it in the family.
In the family, yeah. I guess from what I gather, it is, it's the same. You can pass it down to your children.
It can be. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is.
Right.
It's like any kind of mental illness. You know, it can just be spontaneous. It could be hereditary. You know, any of that.
So that explains not to give too much away, but I mean, I'm assuming people are going to watch this movie before they
Let's just call it the twist ending.
The twist ending.
Well, yeah, there's a few twists in there, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because the sister has it too, and I'm like, what happened here? So I thought it was like some kind of supernatural thing at that point, because I was like, is it jumping bodies? Like, oh shit, you know, like that's what I thought.
Jumping by. Well, you know, I've had hours of conversation with different people on how they took it, or how when they first saw it, they didn't catch it. They had to watch it the second time, and it's only a 6.5 minute short. And I wanted to keep it. I wanted it to keep it short, but I wanted to throw a lot of things at people right away, so they could be like, "Yo, let me watch this again. What did I miss? Oh, I caught that." Or, you know, I have people that already have the backstory, or, you know, what happened before that, and what's going to happen next. What are the directions that these guys are going? Which is great. That's what I want. I wanted people to have their own little views on how the movie was going to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. So then when you sat down to write this, how long ago did you write it, and how long did it take you to write it?
It took me about 6 months. I did about 39 redos, I guess. Just writing and tweaking. You know, I wanted to tell the story that sort of makes sense and not confuse too many people. And I think my first few whatever you call it, drafts were a little confusing. I let my girlfriend read it. She's like, you know, my girlfriend's a doctor, so she kind of helped with that.
Great.
She helped.
It's good to be surrounded by people who are smarter than you.
Yeah, all the time. I'm surrounded by those people all the time.
That's why I have Dan on. That's why I keep him around.
That's why I say we're in trouble.
That's funny. But yeah, it was about 39 drafts that I did until I finalized it, to pick the actors that I wanted to work with. Had to explain to them the story because they were a little confused. What? Wait a minute. But what's And then they got it. And when they got it, they're like, okay, we're in.
Yeah. And it's short, so you don't have a lot of room for expository, right? You don't have a place to explain.
Yeah, but that makes it punchy, right? That's what gives it the punches, is that it's crisp. It's real short. And if there was more to it, you know, you'd start to piece stuff together and see it coming.
Correct.
And just like, not to get too far down this I like in terms of like story, there is so much more there, bro. Like I said, I sat there and I was just like, there could be more to this movie. This movie could be a feature length. Like I wanted more.
Is there part of you that thinks of it in terms like this is proof of concept?
It is. So everything I've written, right? Everything I've written with a feature in mind, either a feature or episodes, right? Especially depending on what I get from the audience that's seen it. And, you know, from what I've heard, everybody wants to know what happened before, what happened next, what's going to happen. And so far, I think we're going to do like a 4-part, you know, episode now, just to throw parts, what happened before, and two episodes after that, just to see what happened and piece it together at the end.
So you're gonna make it like a short series on
like a short series, yeah,
on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, and this one that we just did, like we spent yesterday and most of this weekend sending it out to festivals. We're gonna send that out, and once it hits March, April, we're gonna start doing the other episodes just to kind of piece it together for people.
Nice. So then, what did you shoot on? Just out of curiosity.
What kind of camera?
What kind of camera did you use?
It was like this.
It had a lens.
Yeah, I know it was a 6K. I can't even tell you, man. I mean, when it comes to camera work, I don't even know how to turn on a camera like that.
Yeah,
but all I knew was 6K. You can. That's as far as I know.
I see something in the notes, but I didn't understand it. It said Blackmagic, and I don't know Blackmagic 6K. I don't know what that is. I was just wondering, like, is it digital? Is it film? Is it like what kind of stuff you were using?
Well, I know it was digital. And the Blackmagic camera, that's what short filmmakers usually use, especially in Chicago. That's as far as I know.
Okay. So then, like, that's why you have camera people, right? You have
absolutely.
People. Yeah. They handle all the technical stuff. They do all the editing. Did you sit with the editor, or did the editor just go free reign and edit it himself?
Oh, no. The editor, he's one of my best friends. So I spoke to him before the film even started. And I told him I gave him the shots that I wanted. And he's a director too. So he kind of told me what to tell my DP on the shots to take. And we already spoke on how to break it down. He had his suggestions. The ending was a little, because he was confused about the ending too. He didn't think the lady in the back, in the car seat was the same sister. He was so focused on the movie. He totally like, wow, holy crap! I didn't know the sister was gonna be like that. Because that ending, I put it in the day of shooting. So I at first I totally ended the movie right when the dude kind of looked back at himself, the crazy self, and that's how I was gonna end it. The day of the shooting, I added the ending that was now in post.
See, that was a spur of a moment inspiration.
I was just like, man, wouldn't it be cool if the sister was in it too? So it was like, let's go outside and get in the car, I think she wore this sweater. I said, put this sweater, you got a hat in the back seat, put a hat on, and let's do that. Let's see how that looks in editing. And, my editor ran with it. He was like, yo, this ending, yo.
Yeah.
That's what really hit people too.
That ending. Yeah. That's a fantastic little piece of inspiration, bro. I mean,
because you absolutely don't expect to see that coming.
That was a good move on your part, bro. Good move.
Oh, man. And I did at 39 drafts, I didn't think of that to the very end, the end shot. I was like, we're not done yet. Let's go outside real quick, grab the camera, get in the car, Linnea, and run with it. She didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. And we loved it. She loved it. Everybody just enjoyed that part. Okay.
That was fantastic. That was great.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So that scene in the kitchen where you have the guy himself, the main the lead, and that figment of his imagination. Do you want to tell us like what's going on there? Like, do you want to tell us like, okay, this is one of his homies from back in the day, or is he a complete?
He's completely in his head, right? So Angel Perez, that's the actor that plays, and he's never had any, role where he's speaking. He's never done anything like this.
Yeah.
I just love this look. He has a little sad puppy eyes look. And I was like, just trust me, you're going to do great in this. And he was great in it.
Yeah.
I just wanted him, because he needed to play two parts in this. I wanted him to be confident, and really the bald guy who's played by Danny Villegas, Angel, it's just his persona where he feels comfortable and more, I could do this, he's more confident. That's his confident self. That's how I wanted to play it. And then he turns around once he turns the corner and meets Aaron to go out. That's his off meds. He has issues. Obviously, he hasn't taken his medication. So it was great to play.
And I mean, it says the way that you kind of put that together, where it opens up and he's so polished and just real put together, and then it flips to that instantaneously. And it's a little disorienting because you're like, what the hell just happened? Right. But,
right.
I mean, it sets the tone in so many ways of, it's not just that this guy sees people and hears people that aren't there. It's that he has a completely different idea of what's going on with him and the world around him than what's actually there.
Himself. Sure.
He has a completely different image of himself than what the world sees. It's a really well done.
Yeah, it was great. I mean,
thank you.
It was very
really,
good.
Again, it's a short, real crisp, real short piece. And there's so much that you manage to tell without exposition. There's so much that you manage to get across without there being any exposition at all. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because it was a little complicated to shoot, right? It's my first time directing. And on top of that, it was a film with different twists that's that short. And we had to film backwards. Yeah. Right? Because the guy had a beard. You had to shoot off.
Right.
And then shave to do and I did, it was a lot for the first time. Because even the actors were like, well, what are we shooting for? So we got to shoot it like this because he has a beard. Oh, yeah. And it was a bit confusing. I mean, it was a one-day shoot. We shot all this. Oh, what happened?
Uh-oh.
We just lost our guest.
Did your kids go over there to make some popcorn?
I think my kids ran over there and made popcorn at his house. Oh, shit.
Oh, man, that's my bad, bro.
No worries, bro.
My mom just kept calling and calling. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I tried to order off. Oh, my bad.
She's like, ¿qué pasó con mi hijo? Mi hijo no quiere responder.
She's like, what are you doing? You haven't told me. I was like, Mom, I'm in a meeting.
Yo, that's how Latin moms are, bro. You don't respond, bro. Something's wrong.
Bro, but I always call it like around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. She says, you haven't called me. I was like, oh my God, Mom, I'll call you back. I'm alive.
She's like, I'm running over there right now.
Jesus Christ.
I got my pantuflas right now. I'm running over there.
We were talking. Yeah, I had to shoot the movie backwards, and that was a little confusing even for me because the script. There's a few things that I missed, and it was a learning experience.
Sure.
That is fantastic. Sure. That you had to kind of shoot out of order like that. I mean, that's just one of the things that you face when it comes to like movie making. At least from what I hear, I don't make movies, but
absolutely.
Yeah. Not that I was really looking for anything, but I mean, I didn't see any like continuity errors or anything like that. No. So, good job.
The music was great too. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh no, let me tell you the music. So the day we released it on a Monday, right? So the Sunday before, we had to get that music from the editor got it from an app from somebody, and the guy charges like $20, right? For the copyright, right? Let me see the movie afterwards. So we send him the movie. He's like, no, you guys are gonna have to pay me more. Give me, $500, $800 for, to play my music. So we're like, bro, right? And my editor, Puerto Rican as he is, he was like, nah, we're good. Cut that music off. And we ended up finding something even better. And the guy, let me see the movie. And here we go again. Damn. Yo, he's like, just give me $20 to send the paper to get all the copyright over. It's yours, man. That's awesome. I'm glad that you guys want to have my music in this. It looks awesome. And it worked out better. The music in it was better than we had before. But it's just another hurdle we had to jump through. When somebody said, yeah, you use my music in your little short film. And then when he sees it, he's like, yo, no. You got to pay me more for it. Come on, man.
You can't do that, man.
That's horrible.
Yeah. But I mean, that's show business, right? Like I've said a couple of other times on other episodes that we talked about it. Like, I hate to say it and I hate to know that it's true, but like working in the private sector is like just working for a traditional company, way more honest. You work with people that have more integrity, is like way more, you run into way less of this kind of bullshit than you do. Like, and you think it would be opposite because it's like you're working with creative people and, there should be a sense of community and stuff. No, it's cutthroat. But, what all this stuff that you've been talking about, I think it's an important point, because look at how all the stuff that you brought up, look at how much work went into shooting a 6-minute movie, right? Like, let's talk about that, like how long did from first draft through the 39th draft to casting and shooting and doing post and editing it together, getting the music, and how long was it from the first draft you wrote to finished product? Because I think there are a lot of people who assume this stuff is easy and quick.
Oh, absolutely not. No, absolutely. It's the whole thing was about a year. Really, the whole thing was. And we actually shot this movie with another actor before, about a month ago, and the main character, Kevin, it was played by another actor, and he showed up on set and he just said, "I have 2 hours of my time that I could give you because I have to take a flight to LA." And he didn't tell me this all the way up to half an hour before he got on set.
Yeah, I think an interesting point that you're making. I think an interesting point that you're kind of making here is there's a certain amount of honesty and kind of honor that you have to kind of
absolutely
be responsible for, and things like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be able to be in your movie because I'm going to leave to LA. It's something you don't tell the fucking guy the day
on
of.
the day of shooting.
Half an hour before.
Yeah. I mean, it's about sticking to your word. And the same thing with the guy with the music. It's just like, hey, I gave you this $20. You know what? I screwed up. My bad. Yeah. But you keep it for $20. Ordinarily for something like this, I charge more. But I said $20. That's what we agreed on. You keep it. Like that's what should have happened.
Well, absolutely. But we just keep trucking. Keep trucking. Keep trucking. You have all these other guys. You have all these other actors that were ready. They were on set. And they were like, let us know when, and we'll come back again with a great attitude. And it worked out for the. It worked out for the best.
That's what you want, man.
And and like the music guy. I mean, screw that guy. What a dick, But the actor, it's almost like, especially working as an actor right now, that you almost kind of have to have a little bit of empathy on his side, because sometimes those opportunities come up, and you got to take it, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's shitty in this situation. It was shitty to do, and it was shitty to drop on you on the day of. But at the same time, I mean, hell, I don't know if you've had it happen, but I used to have it happen to me all the time when I was doing stand-up, where it's like sometimes you get 4 hours notice that you got to be somewhere, and it's a big gig, and it would be kind of a mistake to miss it,
Right. Of course.
But it shouldn't be that way. But that's kind of getting back to just the cutthroat nature of show business. Is
you got to be ready for it. Yeah,
you got to be an opportunist, and sometimes that means people get screwed.
Yeah. Well, the other thing
most of the time it means people get screwed.
Well, for example, the other thing though, the people that show up, the people that do the things, the whether it's day, night, rain or shine, those are exceptional people.
Oh, absolutely.
All the other people that fail on you, that bail on you, that flake on you, they're just regular people. The people
they are. And with this industry, especially, it's such a small industry, and everybody knows everybody, right? And word gets around. Hey, have you worked with this guy? Yeah, I have. But unfortunately, he bailed on me to go watch a premiere in LA, to go watch a movie, right?
I retract what I just said about having it. You went to watch a premiere. It wasn't for an audition or
no, not at all. It
was
premiere in LA.
Fuck that.
But yeah, it happened. But again, after that, people have asked me, hey, whatever happened to this guy? I thought he was supposed to be in the film. And I if you ask, I'm going to give you the business. Well, this is what happened. They're like, oh, we're not working with that guy either.
See,
and it happens. It's happened already, because I put up a poster with all the actors, and now it's completely switched. And people inbox me, yo, what happened with this actor? I thought he was in the movie. I was like, well, he unfortunately bailed on me the day of. He was like, whoa, wow. Oh, no, we're not working with that guy. It's a small community of people. And everybody knows everybody. Not physically, but, they've heard of him. They've heard how the person worked. How is he on set? Are they respectful? Are they rude? It's a small community.
That's a good point that you're making. You made posters, whether it's digital or full-fledged printed posters. That's time. That's money.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and this guy just wasted your money, and you're a small time guy.
Right.
With the that hurts, man.
Oh, it does.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that could kill a project. So it's kind of amazing that you made it through to the end.
I'm not even
got a completed piece.
It put me in a mood. I didn't want to do the film. I didn't want to finish it. Luckily, all these other actors, they kept, I don't know if they got together or what, but one day they hit me up one by one. We're ready. We don't care what happened. We're ready to do it again. Enrique, please shoot it. We love this film. Let's find the actor. So I was ready to, I'm not doing this. But yeah, it took my time. I found Angel, who plays the lead, and it turned out beautifully.
Bro, when you have a crew like that that's got your back like that, bro,
Yeah.
Bro, that's a team of keepers, bro.
Oh, it is. Because I was ready to naked choke this dude. Bro, dude, get out. Okay, you got to go. Get out of here. Get on your plane, or you're gonna go home with a broken body part. It was just like that. It was tension. It was, and I gave him the business. I was like, get out of here, bro. Just get out of here,
bro. He fucked your day up, though, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, he fucked the whole production.
He fucked the whole production.
You know, it's not just a matter of you fucked this one day. It's you're the fucking leading man. You know.
Oh, the leading man. That's like the worst guy to bail on you.
Yeah, but it's things that happen, and it happened. You know, it worked out. It worked out
for the better because the guy you got, I think, works better. Everything works better. You're better off.
Oh well, and the guy you've got that. I mean, the transition between clean cut and scroungy. I mean, it's so good because it could be two completely different guys almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That is a good movie, bro. I think you need to make more. Like you need to. What's the next project? Are you gonna make a two of this, or are you gonna?
So my thing with directing, right? I have a series of I have 3 or 4 shorts that I have because I have a movie in the works called My Brother's Keeper. All Latino cast.
Beautiful.
It's a full 120-page film. Which again, I started to shoot a year and a half ago, and my DP, man, he was very rude to all my actors, and I fired him. And to top it all off, he wouldn't give me my film. He's like, "Give me $2,000 and I give you your film." So again, I had to go to his house with a baseball bat to get my film. It's insane. So I was like, okay, let me do this right. Let me direct this right. Let me do a few shorts to kind of work out the kinks that I need to work with. And then in the summertime, I shoot this, My Brother's Keeper, which is really my baby, the film that I wanna really, really make.
Okay, so can you? I don't want to force you to tell me what it is, but you want to tell us a little bit about it, or is
right? No, it's five actors. It's them growing. It's gonna start with them meeting each other when they were younger, like grade school. And then fast forward now, to 20 years later, they're living their life and, something tragic happens to one of their family members. And now they got to get together to fix it, and these are people that still together, it's based on friends that I've got that I've known and we're still very close to each other. If something really happens, we're there for each other.
As
people trying to call me over here. No. Okay.
Is it mom again?
I don't know. Most likely. That's too funny.
Oh
man. So that's dope, bro. So it's 120. So maybe 100, maybe an hour, maybe 120 minutes, right? Because that's what they say.
That's a feature.
It's a feature length movie. And so it's going to be all Latino cast.
All Latino cast.
Do you have room for one fat white stunt?
We'll put them in there.
There you go.
But I look at the script every so often. I add and delete some things, but I'm gonna be ready for it. But what's next is gonna be a few more episodes of Risper to kind of finalize that story for people. I already have it written, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Okay, so how soon are we gonna see the rest of this?
Ooh. So March we're gonna okay, I'll give you this. March we're gonna shoot what happened when in the beginning when the whole fighting, stabbing, these guys they ended up coming up to these gangbangers. That's gonna be the first one we're gonna do, and then the cuts. What's gonna happen what happened with the girl when she went out, and then what happened with Aaron and Kevin when they went out. See, and then finish it all together. Already, so it's gonna be cool.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. So then, okay, so you got like a little anthology here, a Risper anthology. That's very cool. Like, I mean, you can keep going. Like, you can like.
Oh, absolutely.
You can make a whole like 8 episodes of this thing.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just gonna keep doing them and keep getting see what the audience thinks or wants and go with it. go. That's the great thing about film. You just keep going, keep going. Film is forever.
Yeah, for real. So then, okay, so going back to My Brother's Keeper, when are you thinking of shooting that?
That's in the summer. That's
in the summer.
I picture all this in the summer. So March, April, and it's gonna be, I'm thinking it's gonna be like a 3-month shoot, 3-4 month shoot.
And is that in Chicago, Indiana?
It's gonna be all Chicago. No, we're gonna do this all in Chicago. All in Chicago.
Any particular area in Chicago?
Humboldt Park. It's gonna be all Humboldt Park area.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
that's beautiful, bro.
And feel free to tell me to fuck off for asking. But, I'd like to know, and I'm willing to bet there are probably a lot of filmmakers out there that'd like to know. How are you funding these projects?
Oh, all of my.
Is this all out of pocket?
This is all out of pocket for me. A lot of these actors, they put in, they want to put in. I have my director, my editor, Raul Colon, who's been with me since the beginning. I've been with him since the beginning, and this is all on us. We, especially now since COVID, a lot of productions shut down.
Sure.
So we just want to make film. We want to make awesome film, and for reals, for these actors to have great content for themselves to send out to people.
Yeah.
So they'll help out as much, not even money, but just, hey, do this scene in my house, do this scene in my car, do this scene in my garage. They help out in such great ways. People are out there ready. It all comes down to reputation too. People, especially now after seeing this film, people, okay, he could put a film together and make me look good. I want to be part of it. So they'll jump in and they'll help out. It's been great.
So it's interesting to hear. So you got Risper. You got I was gonna say not my cousin Dan. Not my brother. Well, is it My Brother's Keeper or not My Brother's Keeper? Not my brother.
My Brother's Keeper.
My brother's. I'm just throwing that knot and everything.
I've changed the name so many times. Yeah.
So My Brother's Keeper. Do you have anything else like in your back pocket that you kind of sitting on?
Yeah, Gator, man. My film that I already put a poster out there. Gator. It's some that I was part with in the military, finding one of Bin Laden's underdogs that was killing a whole bunch of people, and it's just sort of the story how we found it, and they haven't done it yet. So it's just this is about half an hour right now, but I'm trying to keep writing because there's some things that I can't say, that I can't put. I don't want the CIA after me.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been done yet for some reason, and it's a great story because it was negotiators that's why it's called Gators. We call it negotiator Gators.
Oh, okay.
I love the short names. So yeah, it was this negotiators befriended this family, and they broke down and they were able to help locate this douche, and that's how we found them. So that's another one. It's 3 different type of movie. Got suspense, action. My Brother's Keeper is going to be action, and this was going to be just a thriller, going out chasing this guy.
So the Gators, is that something you were involved in real life?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here! That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
No. I have some crazy experiences in my life.
Jesus. Yeah. So like from the military to being a police officer to stuntman, actor, director, dude, you've done it all, bro.
No, I have daughters, man, and I do it. If people ask me why, I have daughters, man. I want to show them that if you're bored doing something, don't stay. Do something else. If you want to try to do something, try it. If you fail, at least you tried it.
Yeah.
And if I get bored, I go. I got tired of being a cop. Go do something else. The acting is cool, but let me be a stunt guy. Well, you can't do both. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
do that, and just keep on moving.
That's fucking awesome, bro. That's so crazy, man. What a life. Woof. And you're a young guy too, man. You're not that. Well,
I'm 42. I'm feeling it though.
Yeah. Well, I'm 45, so you're younger than me.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Look at Dan. It's like I ain't saying nothing about nothing.
I'm 40. It's no mystery. I'm 42. My birthday was last Monday.
Oh, happy birthday! Yeah. All right.
So, before we jump off, do you want to like give anybody a shout out? Do you want to like plug anything?
Yeah. My actors. I got Linnea de Jesus, Danny Villegas, Angel Perez, Mike Braxton. You know, those guys, they put in all their time, you know, their talent in Raul Colon, which is, you know, my director guy, my editor. This great Danny Juanes, who was my DP. Man, he held that camera, and you know, he's like, Enrique, I know that you know what's in your head, but you got to explain this movie to me. What do you want your shots? He was very patient with me. A guy that I talk to all the time. I'm currently doing a film with him, John Villanueva. We're doing Concrete Rose. It's an all Latino cast over there in South Bend, Indiana. It was an awesome cast. He's always giving me support, and you know, always asking me if I need help. Those guys are awesome. And of course, my girl, Paula, she's been super supportive. You know, every time I'm writing something, even as crazy as it sounds, she's always the first one to read it. And I appreciate that. And it helps a lot when, you know, your family, somebody close to you is behind you and supporting you. That goes a long way.
It really does, man. That piece of
huge. It does. It makes everything way easier. And my daughters, they're the biggest critics. They're the ones who tell me straight up, Papi, this is bullshit. I don't believe it. You don't even look good as a bad guy. Yo, they're for real, man. They're for real.
Yeah. They'll try to hurt. They'll try to hurt your feelings, man.
Yeah. They'll give it to me hard. I'm telling you.
All right. Damn, dude. So you don't have an Instagram or anything?
Oh man, I do have an Instagram. It's e.guzman _action actor. e.guzman _action actor, and Enrique Guzman on Facebook, you know. And I always put everything in there, man. It's all personal, you know, film. I put everything in there just for fun.
Yeah, I'll make sure to go ahead and plug you in the description and stuff. And I'll put a link to the movie too, the Risper.
Cool, man. Cool. Appreciate it. And, you know, hopefully it blows up on festivals, and we definitely gonna keep making more.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, keep making them.
Appreciate you.
I'll watch them.
But thanks for having me, guys, bro. I love it. Dan, nice to meet you out there. And hopefully we'll make more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, maybe the next episode you can come in and you can give us a breakdown or something on the Risper or something.
Got you. Yeah. We'll show the trailer for it on your show. That'll be cool.
That'll be dope.
By then, Enrique Guzman is going to be the next, David Leach or
let's go.
Helsky or something. You know?
Yeah, I'm down with it.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on, Enrique, man. Thank you so much. This is Edgar OtraVez and not my cousin Dan on the Flow Row podcast. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Peace.
The song you're listening to is by Looney, and it's called Lo Lograré. You can find them over at Epidemic Sound. It was great talking to Enrique. He's got this energy that's like positive, you know what I'm saying? It was great to have him on the podcast. So don't forget to head on over to theflowrowpodcast.com. Find out a little bit more about us and the show. Also, support the podcast by going over there and buying yourself a nifty mug, a throw pillow, a duvet cover. We got it all, man. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, give us a holler wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, find us on Instagram as The Flow Roll. Make sure you give Enrique a follow over on Instagram under the user e.guzman_action-actor. All the things you need to find Enrique will be in the description. Enrique, you're such a talent. I can't wait to see more. And thank you so much for coming on the show. Thanks so much for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye.